If you've ever played any type of sport, then you know how hard it is to be good for an entire match. You make at least one mistake, which could range from making a bad pass to your teammate, missing a simple chance, or just overthinking. But what if I tell you there's a moment where you can control all of these and focus your mind to play to the best of your ability? Flow state.
It's a state of total mental immersion, acquired through one's own optimal experiences. Regardless of the scale of the activity, when humans have these moments, they're so focused they even forget the passage of time, reaching a state of enjoyment, allowing the brain to become excited.
If you watch Blue Lock or Kuroko knows basketball, then you know the meaning of flow state. But let me explain it to the 0.1% of people who have never seen the two greatest sports anime of all time. Flow state is a mental state where you're fully immersed and focused on what you're doing. Everything that you're doing in the moment feels smooth and natural, which makes you completely untouchable. With this, we have seen moments where the greatest athletes enter the state of flow and produce the greatest performances we have ever been blessed to grace our eyes upon. I could have picked any other match, like Neymar versus PSG in the 2017 Champions League, Neymar versus Atalanta 2020, or even versus Liverpool in 2019. But nothing comes close to the performance against Bayern Munich. Neymar was playing like a man possessed. In the first leg of the tie, PSG had beaten Bayern Munich 3-2 on aggregate, which means all they needed to do was draw or not let Bayern score more than 2. PSG could have easily parked the bus all game. Neymar Jr. happened. The things that this man was doing to Bayern should not be televised. The moment he gets the ball, he makes the defenders look stupid by pulling out every skill move you could think of, like he's playing foot champs on FIFA. Flip-flop into space against Kimmich, a curve turn to beat Hernandez, step overs, and whatever the fuck this shit was. It wasn't even just the skills he was doing, but his overall performance. He was dropping back into midfield to dictate the play and created so many chances for his teammates. Yo, and if he scored this goal right here, that would be the icing on the cake. This was by far the best performance without a goal and an assist in the history of football. Messi is by far the most decorated football player ever. He has dominated every single record and has been at the top of football for 20 plus years. And he continues his dominance to this day. With such an illustrious career, he has produced so many amazing performances, like the one against Arsenal in the 2010 Champions League, scoring 5 goals against Bayer Leverkusen and multiple performances against Real Madrid. But the performance that best captures Messi in his absolute state of flow is when he faced Manchester United in the 2011 Champions League final. Words can't describe how brilliant he was, but in the words of Squidward and Squilliam, before the match even started, Messi did the unthinkable. While everyone was warming up, he never warmed up. He sat down watching while everyone was training. Anyways, the match started and Barcelona were outclassing Man United. Or should I say, Messi was dominating them. Anytime he got the ball, he was dribbling past 2 players and made everyone who tried defending him look stupid. Yo, this was not an average team he was doing this to. These were the Premier League champions with some of the best players in the world, dribbling past Park Ji-sung, Vidic, and Rio Ferdinand. Yo, don't even get me started about what he did to Patrice Evra. And to top it off, he scored a goal. So for this game, he had 1 goal, 4 key passes, 10 successful dribbles, 3 shots on target, and played the entire 90 minutes, being the only person in the history of football to receive a 10 out of 10 performance in the Champions League final. Steph Curry needs no introduction at this point. He is one of the best players to ever grace the NBA. And as someone who has been at the top of the NBA for years, he has produced some of the greatest performances where he was just built different. Like when he faced the Portland Trail Blazers in 2021, or even his recent game against France in the 2024 Olympics. But the game that showed Steph Curry in his ultimate flow state was when he faced the OKC in 2016. Bro, I could make a whole video about the generational run that Curry was on in 2016, but I'll save that for another video. Curry was up against one of the best teams in the league at the time, the OKC, with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, who formed a deadly combination. The OKC had one of the best home records at the time, with 32 wins and 9 losses. But Steph Curry happened. He started off the game by taking Kevin Durant's ankle and hitting a 3 from downtown. Kevin Durant saw this and was like,
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But it never stopped there. Curry continued balling out, getting 15 points in the first half and was hitting more threes than a Jamaican man. But then something happened that almost put Curry out of commission. Curry attempted a layup but was fouled by Westbrook, who stepped on his ankle. Was this the end of the game? No, it was just the start. Curry came back like the boogeyman and scored 19 points to drag the Warriors to overtime, scoring 5 3-pointers. The commentators were glazing Curry more than flight reacts. They nor the fans could believe what they were witnessing. The game went to overtime, where the two teams were going neck for neck until the two teams tied at 118 each. And with just 3 seconds on the clock, Curry shot all the way from the 3-point. Curry won the game for the Golden State Warriors, extending their undefeated streak, and capped off one of the greatest performances in the NBA, scoring 46 points and smashing the record for the most 3-pointers in NBA history. In 2012, the Miami Heat were only one game from being eliminated from the playoffs. The Celtics led the series by 3-2, and it seemed imminent that they were going on to the finals. Enter LeBron James. You see, LeBron knew that if he lost this game, the media would be on his dick even more than Cash Nasty. The game was a legacy-defining moment for LeBron. He started this game by dunking on these niggas with the most aggressive dunk I have ever seen in my life. He continued the first quarter by constantly going on the offense, and when the time called for it, he was running back to defend the Celtics. He continued doing this in the second quarter, where he was dominating the Celtics. This guy would get the ball in his own half and drive with it until he got a layup where he could shoot from long range. It was so bad that he was getting double teamed by the Celtics. But LeBron James said,
Come on, man. That's too easy.
He still found space to shoot. In the first half, LeBron had already had 30 points. But if you thought that was it, then you're obviously not familiar with LeBron's game at this point. He started the second half with the same intensity he started with the first one. He was making defenders look like elementary students. He used his body to hold off defenders and created chances for his teammates. A lot of people always said that LeBron was a one-trick pony who only knew how to dunk, but LeBron proved everyone wrong this game. He was scoring layups, scoring 2 and 3-pointers. Now just look at D-Wade's reaction. LeBron continued making the Celtics look like school kids and dragging his nuts all over them. LeBron's stats for this game were 45 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 dimes, cementing this performance as one of the most clutches in NBA history. Yo, I could have picked any other Tom Brady game. This nigga has 7 rings. Like, we could have done his gold game versus Rams in 2002 or the time he turned into Thanos against the Seahawks. But nothing, and I mean nothing, it's like the Super Bowl 51. Patriots were getting cooked the entire game. It was 28-3. The Falcons were getting ready to put their names on the trophy. Tom Brady woke up. The way this man locked the fuck in when his team needed him the most makes him one of the GOATs. If you squint your eyes for a second, I swear, that was Superman that was playing. Every throw was perfection. Every read was clean. He was moving like a robot with ice in his veins. He led 5 straight scoring drives, each one more surgical than the last. Yo, it got so bad, you think the Falcons were trying to throw the game just to get off the field. The flow state was crazy. And then overtime, the first team to score wins. Yo, guess the person who touched the ball? Tom fucking Brady. Touchdown. Game over. 28-3. Comeback complete. And the craziest thing, he never celebrated. It's like this nigga knew he was just gonna win this shit. He walked off with his 5th ring. If Tom Brady is the final boss, Mahomes is the DLC character they had to nerf. Super Bowl 2020, Chiefs versus 49ers. The Niners had the best defense in the league and were up 20-10 with less than 7 minutes left. The Chiefs needed a miracle. Mahomes never blinked. Yo, this guy activated flow state like it was Madden X Factor mode. 3rd and 15, Mahomes dropped back 10 yards, launches a bomb to Tyreek Hill. Complete drive, saved. Stadium them wakes up. And then it was like the script did a whole 180. Mahomes hitting throws from angles you're not even supposed to try in real life. The Chiefs scored 21 points in under 6 minutes. This nigga was a glitch in the Matrix. This man turned the Super Bowl into a backyard game. No fear, no nerves, just elite playmaking and magic. Mahomes didn't just win the MVP, he broke the 49ers. Their defense looked like they saw a ghost. You can argue that other people on the team had a better stats, but this was a masterclass in unlocking flow when it mattered the most.